Apart from Avogadro, other famous chemists were Antoine Lavoisier, Joseph Priestley, John Dalton, Henrik Giesler, William Crookes, Eugene Goldstein, Johann Joseph Loschmidt, Joseph Louis Gay-Lussac, and many others.
What was the level of knowledge and understanding at the time? The knowledge at the time was very basic, at least compared to the knowledge nowadays. There were only 27 elements of the periodic table discovered, some of them being chlorine, phosphorus, hydrogen, and oxygen. Lavoisier discovered this element and its importance in 1778. 53 more elements of the periodic table were discovered in the 19th century, some of them being sodium, magnesium, lithium, helium, and neon.
What problems were chemists at the time facing? Some of the main problems that chemists had were: first, it was believed that the atoms and molecules were exactly the same thing, and a lot of confusion existed on this subject. 2. Little was known about the atomic weights of the elements and how to find them, and many incorrect theories existed, such as John Dalton's one.
How was this branch of science developing? Chemistry went through a big development during the 18th and 19th century, especially during the 19th century. The 18th century is described as the century of early chemistry. Chemists were divided into two groups, those who followed the atomic law of John Dalton and those who didn't, like Wilhelm Oswald and Ernest Mach. But those who believed in the law, such as Avogadro, made greater discoveries. Also, new elements were discovered, as mentioned before, and new gas laws were created. Chemists also became more interested in the studying of different gases and their behavior. The actual periodic table was started to be organized by Dmitri Mendeleev, using the atomic weights as a guide, but still there were many elements missing.
Introduce your chemists and outline their work. Amedeo Avogadro was an Italian scientist and lawyer born on the 9th of August of 1766 in the city of Turin. When Avogadro came up with his famous hypothesis, the main problem he solved was the whole confusion the chemists had at the time regarding atoms and molecules. He also solved the doubt concerning the relation of a gas to the amount of substance of gas present, and thanks to his discoveries, chemists can now determine amounts of substances producing a given reaction.
Avogadro's contribution to chemistry was that he helped solve the confusion there was between atoms and molecules because people thought they were the same thing, and he proved them that they were not. He also came up with an equation that can allow people to calculate the amounts of molecules in a mole. 1 mole equals 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. He also came up with a law which states the relationship between masses of the same volume of the same gas when they are in the same pressure and temperature. Avogadro was a great lawyer, but he was not recognized as a brilliant chemist or scientist by other chemists or scientists. He was not seen as a great experimenter, and also he did not back up his law with a brilliant display of results. And he was not recognized for his law or concept at the time, which means that he was faced with the social implication and his findings were looked down on by others at the time. His hypothesis was not recognized after 50 years after it was made.
What were the implications and applications of these contributions at the time? Avogadro's contributions to chemistry helped a lot to discover new things and improve the understanding chemists had on this subject. It has a social implication because it helps us understand some of our everyday activities, such as inflating a ball or a balloon.